Today, I will be talking on Odu Ifa Oromila, Ogbe Ofun, Ogbe'fun, which is the last series of Ogbe'fun, because I've been deliberating on Ogbe from Oliwowojiwo. I'm now ending on Ogbe Ofun today. So Ogbe Ofun is taking number 31. Odu Ifa, it speaks of climbing instruments, scaring away death or evil spirits. It speaks of Ogbe going to seduce Ofun's wife. Divine Ifa for Ogbe. Ogbe was going to seduce Ofun's wife. He was assured of success. He was asked to make sacrifice, and Ogbe was able to procure those sacrifices. That was how he was able to achieve success after performing the sacrifice. This Odu also says, speaking of Uwu, which is death, and Emianwen, which is disease or sickness. They were both who were ready to marry to Uvbie. Uvbie on his own was a daughter of Orisa, and death was ready to marry Uvbie, and disease or sickness was also ready to marry. That is why Uvbie, being a daughter of Orisa, unaware Emianwen keke Uwu inawa yoge Eriwoya unaware kanyari Uvbie na Uvbie. Eriwoya tell we really aye overcome Uvbie eva Emianwen keke Uwu no meti mu marry 201 fresh head. No meti mu marry 201 fresh head. Kan ajomona. O wudakpa Uwu se abuge. Omave Baba Balanian honor view 201 fresh head was now ready to submit to the Orisa, to Orisa, so that he can be able to marry his daughter. So at this very time, Emianwen honor Palari Oge or Romila, the Ewu Namewi making that Uvbie. Anamewe Ifa to boy no ladian Odu onde no na do ai Ogbe Ofun ona gege no zese or azese ugugo o ya zese ugugo na to boy oro be na su ugugo ni la se na hibie ona emune Emianwen ona Emianwen wa we una yakia ge no kia ta ge wono kia soyo anamewe Emianwen gele okeleke ege gugude uvbie 201 get ready or the Oliwowojiwo no yari Uvbie oh Emianwen ona is you know Oliwowojiwo Oromila Mugbaja Oliwowojiwo the divine Ifa for Uwu death, the divine Ifa for what? Emianwen. Both wanted to marry Uvbie, the daughter of Orisa. Orisa said he would give his daughter to any young man who could produce 201 fresh heads. They all went away to think about what to do. Uwu went to the farm to look for 201 people who were immediately killed. Their heads were collected and tied together and carried by him. As he was going on the way to Orisa's house, he heard someone singing the following song: "If I see Uwu, I will fight Uwu. Oliwowojiwo. If I see Emianwen, I will fight him. Oliwowojiwo." When Uwu heard this threat, he put 201 heads down and ran away, amazed that anyone would be courageous enough to threaten him, and he ran. He did not know that it was Emianwen was behind this evil act. Emianwen had already gone to see a Babalawo to help him figure out a way to make Uvbie, the daughter of Orisa, his wife. The Babalawo told him that he would produce 200 snail shells, which he did. The Babalawo tied the snails together, put them around Emianwen's neck, and taught him the song he would sing. When Ugu threw the 201 heads away and fled, Emianwen collected the 201 heads and took it to Orisa. Orisa turned, gave Uvbie his daughter to Emianwen. Therefore, we have a proverb that says in Benin, death has sacrificed for disease to succeed. This story tells us that any chiming instrument will scare away death or other evil spirits. This is the reason the traditional medicine men usually put instruments of their nature on a biku born to die. In other sickly children, this Odu also says, or speaking of the nature of leadership, don't be hereditary good. They cast Ifa for Romila when coming from heaven to earth. They also cast Ifa for more Eniye when they were categorized into three groups. These were those who have to come achieve on earth, those who have to come to accompany the achievers, and those who have to come to watch things happen. Which one are you? They were all coming to do three things on earth. They were coming to do good, they were coming to do evil, they were coming to do neither good nor evil. Aragbon, lo, he was the one, the Awo who cast Ifa far forward Agbeniregu when he was going from earth to heaven, as he was going to acquire from Oludumare why he had created three groups and three things on earth at the same time. He said that there was no way the three creatures would not confront one another, and when they did, they will be with casualties. Oludumare replied that this was a way of knowing human attitudes. Guessing in heaven for two monkey brothers, guess for what? For cough and throat. This Odu was also the one that make us understand that this cough and throat, it was the throat that communicated cough. How? Cough was looking for where to stay. The stomach, every other body rejected cough. It was only the throat. So when the time came for the throat to tell the cough to go, the cough said no. It was not very good for that very place. That's why this very Odu, the someone that is carrying this Odu as your petrol Odu, you are not supposed to eat cola nut and coconut. You are not supposed to eat EV kekere. This Odu suffers from cough. Difficulties in marriage as well. You need to settle it in order for you to have a stable marital issue, whether you are a man or a woman. Premature death is also following this very Odu. You need to work and make this Odia for premature death to leave you, or sickness for you not to suffer setback in sickness. If I advise this person to follow a religious path, as he will have many followers and disciples. If I wishes for this person the good fortune of wealth, women and children, if I say that there is a masquerade in his claim, for he must quickly and offer sacrifice to the masquerade so that his life will prove. Yes. Ìyànà àlàjà lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ojú àtàmẹ́wẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ lọ́kèrè ẹgbẹ́ranu àbíjọ́ ẹgbẹ́ra ọ̀gbíjẹ́ lọ́kèrè ìyàn gbèpò wọ́ ìyàwó èpòrò àgbèpò ọ̀rí ẹgbẹ́ ní ìnira gbèpò ọ̀yà zẹ́sẹ̀ ọ̀yàwó ìnáwó wà ní inú dáwẹ́ ọ̀máwọ̀ ẹ̀ lọ́mẹ́kìnà increase òtí àyèwé nàkínà. The same thing mẹ́rin gbọ́kànbá ọ̀gbọ̀nwẹ́ ọ̀gẹ́dẹ́bá ọ̀kíkà kùyẹ́ with salt and sand. Salt and sand azoe eken yuwome so pansu meyo we must say anato alone instead of eken. The same thing on maybe you no do that day now atabai severy for him or her to have followers. Iyana o do that body no modion a head of a family. For that person to have a follower in that family, he must make a feast by the usage of salt. Oti ade na kida oneru na yawe ebo na wu oti ana unwe ayawe polikpako. Ajume yawe polikpako nane umeni do azeye vai na ya le vai ne egboge amewe a money regbeni to boy. They will start paying homage to him or her. It is very, very necessary. This is what this Ifa is talking about. Take care of your wife because her luck is yours. Do not despise her. If she leaves, it will be your misfortune. And it's very, very advisable for those people carry this Odu as their petrol Odu. Take care of your wife. The moment your wife, you miss the first wife. That is where the problem is. You are not supposed to miss your first wife. If she leaves, it will be your misfortune. Give food to your head and that of her head if your wife is still very much available with you. Make sacrifice by stabbing your head with your wife first together. This Ifa is what he's talking about. The same thing is this. This Odu, Ogbe Ofun, is still making us that we should try as much possible not to go to bed after eating. When you eat, allow that food to digest. If you are having this Odu, because you will always have constipations. So Ogbe Ofun children need to be eating very early in the evening so that to allow their food to digest before bedtime. The same thing, the dishes which you use to cook are not supposed to be left over. When you eat with your dish or with your plate, make sure that you wash that plate immediately. Don't allow it to slip over. These are some of the taboos on this Odu. You cannot have anyone else in your home because it creates serious problem for you. You cannot harbor people in your home. It will create serious problem for you. Taboos, he cannot eat kola nut or coconut, as I've said, because of what? Because of cough. Because there are some people today, you may be told, Awodi Anane, Akuyene, no. These are nature. It's natural because this is your destiny, your part of life. You understand? You make sacrifice and you are told, you abide by it. Ifa needs your obedience, not your sacrifice. That is what Ifa is talking about. On this Odu, Ogbe Ofun, which is the last series of Ogbe, from Ogbe Oyoyeku to Ogbe Ofun. As I'm dropping Ogbe Ofun, what you need, you have to try to take care of your wife because her luck is yours. Do not despise her because if you let her go, it will be your misfortune. Feed your head and your wife's head together. That is what he's talking about. Obaitala on this Odu is very, very important as one of your research. Be careful with small women. Small women, do not go touch her because there may be a legal problem. If you are carrying this Odu as your petrol Odu, the big car, little children, child abuse, don't go, don't do that because it will be problem to you. So before you talk to a woman or a lady, know that you are talking to another person because this person that is carrying this Odu as your petrol Odu, you already like saying that you should try as much possible not to go and violate a little child, particularly a girl. Don't do that. It's one of the taboo. That is what this Ifa is talking about because he said this girl is going to visit your house. And you have to be very careful. Then try as much possible because when this girl visits your house and you just play with her a little, she's going to be pregnant for you and it's going to be a big problem to you. So just have that in your mind. So the same thing is this. This Ifa is also making us to understand that you are in love or you have a very strong woman of a character who is going to harm you. What you have is capricious with woman to get revenge. Ọmọbìnrin ọ̀nì yánà dènà àwàtàmẹ́wẹ́ ìkókò nílẹ̀ kíyànlúdáwẹ́ ọ̀káwó kókò ókò vow ọgbọ́n ọmọbìnrin yánà yẹn tí wọ́n dẹ́gbẹ́ women has vowed that they are going to bring this person down right from heaven. Ìkókò rí àlè lẹ́rìí. And this person needs to make a sacrifice in order for him or her to be able to be free from that problem. That is what this Odu is talking about. The same thing, Ogbe Ofun advises this person to offer sacrifice. He will have followers. He should offer a sacrifice to have followers or devotees, because the profession of this person is an Ifa priest. For this person to be able to have followers or devotee, he need to make sacrifice so that everything will be very much okay. What are the uses of the sacrifice? You understand? So that is what this Odu is all about. That is what this Odu is all about. So this was the other Odu that assisted the king. When the king was on the throne, there was no followers following him. He now went to Oromila. What will I do in order for me to have followers? And this was the Odu that came up, and he was advised to use salt as ebo and a punky as ebo. After doing that, that is why till today everyone respect the king, because there's nobody that refuses salt on his or her meal. As everyone on earth here, we always accept salt. That is how they always accept the king anywhere in the world, because of the sacrifice he made. Therefore, in divination, the person should be told to serve a soon if this Odu comes out at ordinary divination. That person has to serve it immediately, and to refrain from being poisoned till death or ladia. For online divination, we not tell that person to not say that way. He had poison that they want to poison you to death. That is what this Odu is talking about. So this Odu, if it is your petrol Odu, you are told not to eat what? Kola nut, coconut, or what? Whatever thing, you have to make sacrifice. What are those sacrifices you have to do? You have to go and make this sacrifice against cough. Against cough. Our old boy will keep cough. No one nimyane unwe nere yakbe on video. So say thing. Oh, a very article see emiame. The anak woman emiame emiame whatever emiame only unwe no one not careful. Nere yakbe. Finally, this Ifa is a fortune teller. If Ogbe Ofun comes out, the person should be told to make sacrifice to Isu and to refrain from hosting any visitor for some time, so as to avoid the danger of hosting someone who will create serious problem for him, such as wakefulness. Should refrain from eating kola nut and coconut, and this same person should also be told that he's going to have difficulties in his marriage. What will you do in order for you to have peace in your marriage? So please, I advise you to contact us. If you are carrying this Odu as your patron, do what you need to do in order for you to have a problem-free life. More matters, ability to achieve primary section, command ability. Person has all the capacity of the world to achieve everything they want as long as they think well. As long as they think well in this Odu, when the patron Odu, when the person, the client that is carrying with is able to think well, can achieve a lot. The person will get everything they want, using only their work talent. In the negative part of it, which is the Ayero, losing position through tricking and mocking, you know, they are subject to drunkenness. They are subject to mockery in their family. So that is the Ayero side of it. And God is cause. These are the areas that one needs to be very careful in this very age. As I've said, all Ifa is good. There is no bad Ifa. And the same thing on this Odu, Ogbe Ofun. The other thing you need to avoid, don't blow out candle. And I'm here where I read candle. We are this Ifa forbids it. Don't eat sweet potatoes, nyebu, and don't get wet by rain water. if you are able to abide by the rules of this ODU, I believe my brothers and sisters all over the world, under the influence of Ogbe Ofun, you will always have a problem-free life. What is that challenges you are facing on this ODU? We are calling on you so you can contact us so that we will tell you what to do in order for you to have a problem-free life. So as I've said, Ogbe Ofun is number 31 ODU Ifa Obara-Yoka, which is the last series of Ogbe in Ogbe'fun. So if you know that your ODU has fallen upon Ogbe'meji, from Ogbe'meji to Ogbe Oyeku, Ogbewoji, Ogbe'di, Ogbe Obara, Ogbe Ofun, Ogbe Ogbe Owari, Ogbe Ogudaja, that is Ogbe'lebu or Ogbe'yonu, Ogbe Rekusa, Ogbe Tuala, and Ogbe Rete. Ogbe Ka, Ogbe Tumukmo, Ogbe Oshe, and I'm ending with Ogbe Ofun. The old videos are there already. So I want you to check into my pages so that you can have the full story of this. I also advise you to go to my YouTube link. YouTube. My cable there in YouTube is Seeking Answers to Better Life. Seeking Answers to Better Life. That is my YouTube. My Facebook page. If you are in need of this full video, my Facebook page is Ifa Obara-Yoka Temple. My Facebook page is Ifa Obara-Yoka Temple. So that is my Facebook page. So feel free, whatever thing you know you are facing or challenges in any of the orisas, be it Ogun, be it Shango, Olokun, Obaitala, Ajolokun, Egbe, whatever orisa you are facing, having challenges or you have questions upon, I'm here to answer whatever questions you are going to ask based on their orisas. Now, my name still remains Apostle, Elder, Doctor, FESTUS ENOBAKHARE IGBINOSUN, Oliwowoji Obara-Yoka Temple. The temple is here in Benin. We have a temple in Benin. We are calling for everyone in Benin to come. So if you are still having problem, and you are still having challenges in your Ifa Obara-Yoka, we want you to come so that we can tell you the way forward. My numbers are 070-311-54906. The other number is 080-567-435-99. Feel free. Ask me questions. Comment on my comment section. Better still, share so that this video will go far. So that people who have not been able to see or hear about Ifa o'clock, they will be able to know that Ifa o'clock has come. I greet you once again. Eriwoya, I am Mo, I am